Hi guys, Andy from hemodroids.net here. I've got hold of a beta, the beta version of TouchPal, which is a new keyboard. Well, no, it's not a new keyboard. It's got new features, I suppose. Funny enough, TouchPal was one of my favourite keyboards on Windows Mobile many years ago. Just because some of the features that it has. So I'm going to show you just a few things that this can do. The real reason that it interested me is that it's a combination of swipe and swift key. Well, that's what they say it is, in that it uses some word prediction in deciding what it was that you swiped. Fantastic. I thought that's what I've been waiting for this for a long time. With that, in swiping and in voice recognition, you know, you speak a sentence and it gives you just like random words all thrown together. Why would it think you said that, sort of thing? So let's show you a little bit around it. So we've got the settings and along the top. There's not a great deal at this point. The big thing really being the curve, use of curve. I've turned off the auto completion for unfinished traces, so in theory you can swipe config and it will say, oh, did you mean configuration or whatever. I've turned that off for the moment. Auto spacing, just enabling TouchPal curve. You've got the one in the middle there, just kind of swaps you in between sort of cursor keys and keyboard. Voice recognition, the one on the end there just makes the keyboard vanish. You can switch using this one into, there's 4 different types. So you've got punctuation and other characters, you've got numbers, you've got smileys, and you've got web things. In the punctuation as such, there's 4 different screens. Or you can, oh, can you not? No, you can't. I thought for a second there maybe you could swipe from left to right. You get to choose your language or go into the settings there, and also that's turning on and off the word prediction basically. So let's try it. January seems, now generality sends pretty, so that wasn't the best. Maybe I was trying to be a bit too quick. Let's try again. So I slowed it down just slightly and it got it spot on, which is kind of impressive when you think about the word pretty. P-R-E-T-T-Y. You know, there's a lot of different words that could have been petty, perry, piety, pray, because you're going through in the exact same line. If I wanted to do pray, so that's kind of impressive. I have used that word pretty a few times already and saying things like, yeah, it's pretty good or whatever. So maybe it's just that it's learning that is a word that I use, and for me that's the ideal thing. The amount of times I've swiped things like, are you in tonight? I think I was trying to swipe one time, and it's, are you in Tahiti? Or something. Why would I be asking that? When have I ever used the word Tahiti? Or, you know, just weird, odd things like that. Let's give it another send. So this is where my spelling will come into. Oh no, okay. To try. And again. Oh no, I didn't get let. Sorry, I do apologise. I thought I had. Now, one thing. This obviously this is an early beta. In swipe, you see it's got a word wrong, you tap on it, it gives you the options. At this point it doesn't. You're sort of stuck manually. Yeah, so maybe I'll just... I mean, I suppose part of the thing with these type of keyboards, you're trying to go fast. You're trying to go as fast as possible. So errors are more likely. That's right. You're trying to go as far as possible. So as a mirror. That's also I'm off cam. That's not bad actually. And if they can get it so that the you can just tap on and oopsie. But more. Why would it think I wanted to say errors are more likely? So the idea is there. If they can implement it properly, so that it learns how you, and this is the thing, I've only had it installed for a day, and maybe it takes longer to learn the type of words I use, but you would hope it's got some kind of built-in intelligence in the first place. You know, if the first 3 words are so errors are, why would it think I'm going to say mer rather than more? Let's now try voice recognition and see how that does. In my initial testing, it's generally been pretty good. Yes, man, trying voice recognition and see how it does. So what did I say? Now let's try. Nah, it's not too bad. Let's give it another whirl. Let me delete all this crap out of the way. And I have used the word you tend to use the word recognition a lot when you're testing voice recognition, so you should learn that one quite well, I suppose. I won't dare try it with hemorrhoids. I don't think it would get that. I'm testing voice recognition for the review to go on YouTube. I'm testing voice recognition review. What did he think the rest of me talking was? So, I mean, I hear a lot of it's generally Americans talking about how great the dictation feature is on Android, and they use it all the time. I don't. I mean, have you ever dictated a sentence and it's got it correct? What the hell? I don't know how would it come up with that? Anyway, I'm blibbling on a bit. The other sort of feature, if you want to just type away, it does as many others would, and it gives you the options there, and you can tap if it's the right one. And I suppose, this is the sort of, is this the bit that it's talking about with the mix of Swift key? It tries to guess what. I was hoping it would guess, and when you swipe, if I swipe one of those ones, it's more likely to happen. Excuse me. And if you want the character, so underneath the H exclamation mark, I press H and I slide it down. Oh, well, it's supposed to. Type away. Huh? Well, that's interesting. Is it because... No. Sorry, probably can't see what I'm doing. Sorry, I do apologise. In theory, and it did this to me the other day, and most other times it's worked fine. In theory, when I swipe down, there you go. So well done. I don't know why it wasn't. Maybe just because there's no word attached to it. At the same time, if I want a capital, I can swipe up. In theory, why? So as you can see, it's far from perfect. But in theory, if I'm typing, like if you're putting a password in and you need a capital, you just swipe up off that key and it should do it as a capital, like it did just there. So even though it's an early beta, I'll probably use this for the moment instead of swipe. Swipe was really getting on my nerves, in that it would just throw really odd words in that why on earth would I be wanting to use, and it just frustrates me that it doesn't have any kind of intelligence. Now, this doesn't seem the cleverest of things right now, but it is early beta, and hopefully they improve on it and correct some of the issues that there are with it. But it's nicely presented. It generally seems to work pretty well. Find them on Twitter to find out how you might try and become a beta tester. And I think they're just TouchPal on Twitter. That's it. My name's Andy. Check out the website hemorrhoidsnet.net for other UK Android news and reviews. See you again soon, guys.